Having focused on Norfolk Southern for quite some time, I would turn my attention to CSX for a weekend. On Saturday, September 24th, 2022, I would get an early start trackside in Clinton, South Carolina. The CSX Monroe subdivision is one of two CSX main lines in Clinton, and I would arrive in town to see a clear signal for a northbound on the Monroe sub. The northbound would be CSX G558, with two AC44s leading an ES44 towards a beautiful sunrise. I would have to wait for about 3 more hours for the next train, which would be CSX M580 coming off of CSX's other main line, the CN&L sub. M580 would have Dash 8 CSXT 7766 leading the train with a friendly crew at the helm. After more waiting and no sign of any other trains coming through Clinton, I would head over to the Spartanburg sub to investigate some chatter I was hearing on the Spartanburg sub road channel. The chatter I was hearing would belong to the crew of CSX L648, which had CSXT 442 as the power. I would catch them at North Aura siding, where they would go from the siding to the main to run around their train. With news that I would either have to drive far or wait a few hours for the next train, I would elect to call it a day and head home before sundown. I would get another early start on the morning of October 1st, 2022. I would once again start my morning in Clemson, South Carolina on the NS Greenville District, and the first train of the day would be Amtrak 19 with the usual lash-up of P42DCs.
Norfolk
I would then move to Central South Carolina to wait on NS-24X. Norfolk Southern would send a really good surprise on 24X in the form of SD70ACC NS1810 leading ES44AC NS8104, which is the Lehigh Valley Heritage Unit, and SD70ACE NS1138. I would then move to the crossing south of Control Point Traber to wait on two other trains. NS28R would diverge to Main 2 with a 2x2 lash-up of AC44 C6Ms. NS283 would come next with NS power as opposed to the usual BNSF power. ET44AC NS3619 would be leading SD70 ACC NS1812 on this intermodal train bound for California. With no trains close by on the Greenville district, I decided I would explore some of the other railroads in upstate South Carolina. I would first visit the shops of the Pickens Railroad in Anderson, South Carolina. I would see a few of the Pickens Railroad's well-known orange U-18Bs, as well as a fairly new, to the Pickens that is, B-20-8. All of these engines are GE locomotives of CSX heritage. I was initially under the impression that all of the Pickens Railroad's power would be at their shops in Anderson, so I was quite surprised to see PICK 9503 sitting solo on the Pickens main line in my next stop, Belton, South Carolina. I later learned that the 9503 was the power for the Pickens Belton job. The shops of the Greenville and Western Railroad would be on the other side of the highway. The engines on this railroad are few but very unique. GRLW 3751, a GP9 high hood of Baltimore and Ohio heritage, would be sitting in front of the shops. Sitting behind the shops would be GRLW 4203, a GP30 that still showed marks of its heritage from the Santa Fe Railroad. I intend to document the operation of these two railroads in the future, and I definitely want to catch GRLW 3751 leading a train. My next stop would be in Abbeville, South Carolina, where I would not have to wait long for CSX X582. A friendly crew would be in the cab of newly rebuilt CM44AC CSXT 7251. CSXT 522 and CSXT 5205 would be the mid-train pushers on X582. Waiting in the siding would be CSX M587 with two ES44s leading the train and a friendly conductor in the cab of the lead engine. After about an hour's wait, I would catch CSX D611, which is an ID used for extra locals. Abbeville, South Carolina is where CSX's Abbeville subdivision turns into CSX's Monroe subdivision. D611 would come off the Monroe subdivision to work in industry on the Abbeville subdivision and head back to Greenwood, South Carolina, which is where D611 originated. However, I would not stick around for D611's return north. I would instead move to Lawrence, South Carolina to wait on CSX M692 to pass the Carolina Piedmont Railroad Yard, where all of CPDR's power would be sitting by the depot. M692 would have ES40DC CSXT 5480 leading newly rebuilt CM44AC CSXT 7241 and SD40-3 CSXT 4077. Since it was beginning to get dark outside, I would call it a day and head back home. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. Thank you for watching. Till next time.
EM69230. Clear north into Irby, CSXT 5480 north on the main up.